It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Buffalo. It's the Chiefs and the reigning AFC champs, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Ewart up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today, where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. This finds Everett complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Led the top dog for the upcoming postseason, and we all know that is so important, Brock, because it's going to give their injured guys that extra week of recovery as they try to get back out there for a postseason run.
Yeah, Keaton, here's now the key. With that #1 seed and that bye week secured in your pocket, you just do not want to add anybody to that injured list. And if that extra week of rest...
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by a player. Expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. 3rd and just 2 to go. Williams from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Bills first down. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Design bootleg here. Buying some time right. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in, too. That's going to pick up the...
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have a great first drive and get the game's first points. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Lone back gets the handoff. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down for a loss.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hits his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a short gain. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. To the air, 3rd and long. Hauled in by Downs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's a throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Devin Lloyd making the play. And the Bills get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
You know, I know it doesn't show up as a whole lot of return yards on the stat sheet, but that's big time. Every single yard is a bonus, setting your offense up for success, and most importantly, taking the ball away and getting off the field defensively.
The Buffalo offense out there for their 2nd drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Let's go. Go.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
From the red zone now. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. All right, we see he's a little worse for wear after delivering that throw. Gonna have to take a few moments as they come out to look at him. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Set.
The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Got to stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. All right, here we go. Second down. He'll throw it. Brought in right side. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
From the gun on third down. And the defender comes away with it. And the Chiefs will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Highmark Stadium. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. On target to Downs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Short pass brought in. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 44 here on second down. Quick slant to Samuel. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing from the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut big, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
No gain on the play there. Might need to dig into that bag of tricks for third and very long. Now looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. One touchdown and one interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. On first down, it's Gibbs. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopped by Fourier Oluoku. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set.
Across midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They send a receiver in motion right.
Go.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Working from the gun, Williams. Outright, Cooper's got it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. And they're whistling for a stop. It looks like that's one of the Chiefs in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Williams. Into the hands of Gibbs. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills with a chance to boost their lead. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They give to Gibbs on the option. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds a man right side. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Catch made underneath by the back. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Finds his man, Downs. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. They'll throw it again. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He'll throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So we're now halfway through deciding who's going to rep the AFC in the Super Bowl. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for
coming
us?
Up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers squaring off against the New Orleans Saints. In the first half, it was the man from USC, Caleb Williams, who put on a solid performance. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Bills and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Hand off to the back. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Plowing up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give them about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
60 Eagle.
Williams to throw on 3rd. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Could not beat the defender there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Hunter on now, and he gets into this one. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Cut by Sutton. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. First option gets the give. It's the fullback running with it.
Stop him before he gets started. They piled on him and held him to minimal yardage.
2nd and 8. Dump off to his fullback. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. Looking to his fullback now. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Back to throw now. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Kevin Lloyd making the play. And the Bills have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Williams from the gun. That's complete to Musgrave. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Check.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Another one for Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Tiger, 19, Tiger. Take over.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. On target to Musgrave. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They left him wide open. It's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that gives them first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Eight yards to go as they get set on second and goal.
Let's go.
Motion man sent left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And in, touchdown Buffalo! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bills push their lead to 18. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. The Chiefs headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running back sent in motion. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
He takes this in on his side of midfield. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. Good return here of 19 yards. And the Bills will be in great shape to begin the drive already in enemy territory. They're set up at the 35 now.
Go.
First down, Williams. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Bills grow their lead yet again. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the second. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 28. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up. They are throwing it again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The Bills set to take over offensively. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to rep.
Ready?
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Here's a give to Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Off the play fake, Williams. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one.
Defense.
So pass interference. To the end zone, and now they're going to be set up on the goal line with a great chance to get the touchdown anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. Runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills keep running away with this. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. This is Sutton working the right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. He'll get this to Samuel. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They're throwing it. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pass play coming here. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. Jumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Throwing the out route. That 35-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
On first down, they'll run. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shovel pass complete. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80. 79 Bronco.
From the red zone now. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go. Set.
Williams on the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on third down. Working from the gun, Williams. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 4th and long. It'll be a field goal try now for Joshua Carty. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Slide's kick is up and good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. Tight end going in motion here. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Let's go now.
They kick the running back in motion.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 10. That's taken in by Samuel. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the gun on third down. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. He's going to push. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs making the scoreboard look a touch better. Little tax on the extra point. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll be happy about where they're about. He's up to the 35 on the return. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down. Sending the tight end in motion left. On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Chiefs hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. 2nd and 3 now. They'll try and throw it here. Misfire there, couldn't connect.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage is waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And the incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
3rd down from the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Here's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. Now one of the Chiefs in some pain out there, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's helped by the trainers. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Set up.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
3rd and long for him here. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. The Bills with a punt team out there. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And it'll be their football. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their 1st time out. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Got Everett, and it's complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in the game that's already decided. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Bills make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.